Okay, so hello everyone, good day. Uh, let's discuss Inox India Limited today. अभी रिसेंट में ये स्टॉक एलपीजी क्राइसिस के वजह से बहुत चर्चे में आया है. इट्स द मोस्ट स्पोकन स्टॉक अबाउट ऑन ट्विटर, रेडिट एक्सेट्रा. So I thought of looking at it. Yeah, so let's get started. So just to the basics, to understand what exactly the company does. Uh, Yeah, so the company is involved in manufacturing and installing the specialized vessels or containers or tankers required to store gases. So gases need to be stored, right? You cannot just leave it open; it just flies away. So you have to store the gases at extremely low temperatures. So they build this equipment for that. So basically, the entire business can be divided into three segments: the industrial gas segment, the LNG segment, and the cryoscientific segment. So industrial gas segment क्या है? तो industrial gas segment is basically the most commercialized one out of the three. तो ये बहुत order specific नहीं है. So it can, the material, I mean the storage tank built for one customer can be given to other customer too. ठीक है. Okay. So yeah. So industrial gas segment is basically the big storage tanks you see in factories, right? और इसका इनके पास 60 to 70% market share है in India itself. Okay, then coming to LNG. So LNG is basically the same thing used for transportation vehicles. So it is used in those uh, trucks, vessels, etc. For example, the ones you can see on the screen right here, such something like this, right? So these things will be installed in the trucks or the vessels or the storage tankers which carry LPG, LNG, not LPG, LNG from the station to the fueling pump or something like that. Okay, cool. Now let's go back to the thing. Okay, yeah. So some things to be observed here is that the industrial segment keeps reducing. Industrial segment is the low margin, most commercialized segment where the thing what I said, right? So you can make one thing for one customer and sell the same thing to other customer. So कोई भी आके कर सकता है. Though they have the 60 to 70% market share in India, the share of the industrial segment in the revenue keeps going down, which is a good sign. Okay. Now LNG and cryo, obviously if one is going down, the other two are increasing, right? Yeah. So the LNG and the cryo segment revenue share keeps improving. So one more good thing here is that LNG and cryo have a significantly, not significantly, have slightly better margins than the industrial segment. Industrial का they have around 20 to 22% EBITDA margin. ये LNG और cryo का कुछ 2% ज़्यादा होगा. Okay. Now coming to yeah. So what is cryoscientific segment? Cryoscientific is the same thing, the same containers designed specifically for these labs or for scientific purposes or for research purposes. तो इनका specific requirement होता है, that's why they can charge a higher margin or a higher premium. Okay. Now coming to the next point, which is export versus domestic. So the share of export keeps increasing. Domestic में जैसे we saw they have around 60 to 70% market share in industrial gas and also 80% market share in LNG. The management openly claims in the con call. I don't know how, but yeah. Then yeah, so the export share has keeps improving, and it has improved from the domestic share has gone from 50% to 38%. And within exports, one thing to watch out for with all the Trump bullshit happening around, कि ये 55% US and EU together contribute around 55%. So Q4 obviously will be bad. Q4 का result अभी तक आया नहीं है, update भी कुछ नहीं आया. The thing is that with the Strait closing and with issues in the Middle East, I don't know how much of their revenue will be affected. They guided for about 450 crores of revenue in Q4. पता नहीं कैसे होगा. We have to look at that. Okay, coming to that in the later point. अभी let's go to order books. Yeah, by the way, all these data points are as at Q3 update. Okay, so this is all the Q3 investor PPT and the Q3 con call details. Yeah, so the order book stands at 1457 crores. उसमें से कुछ 920 करोड़ एक्सपोर्ट का है. इसी में देख सकते हो कि एक्सपोर्ट के शेयर कीप्स इम्प्रूविंग. एक्सपोर्ट हैज बेटर मार्जिन्स. एक्सपोर्ट शेयर कीप्स इम्प्रूविंग. Good signs. Okay. Yeah. Then out of the 1457 crores outstanding, some 400 crores odd is received during the Q3. और इसमें से there is specifically for one large order because of which around 100 crores कुछ ज़्यादा आया है. तो usually you can expect around 300 से 350 करोड़ के आसपास इनका ऑर्डर बुक फ्लो होता है हर क्वार्टर। ओके, नाउ कमिंग टू द मार्जिन्स पॉइंट ऑफ व्यू, जैसे मैंने बताया पूरा ऑन एन ओवरऑल स्ट्रक्चर द मार्जिन स्टैंड्स अराउंड 22%, but specifically coming to the LNG and the cryo segment, it is a little higher, 23 or 24 percentage, and specifically for exports again it is around 2% higher. Cool. ओके, नाउ अभी इशू क्या है, डिमांड बहुत अच्छा है, LNG का डिमांड अच्छा है, सो व्हेन LNG का डिमांड अच्छा है तो इनका जो कंटेनर्स के लिए डिमांड भी बढ़िया होगा ऑब्वियसली। नाउ कमिंग टू द प्लांट कैपेसिटीज़, प्लांट कैपेसिटी इनका कुछ 5 या 6 मेन प्लांट्स है, सारे प्लांट्स में जैसे कि आप यहाँ पे देख सकते हो अराउंड 85 to 90% ऑफ यूटिलाइजेशन इन ऑलमोस्ट ऑल दोस प्लांट्स, एंड दे हैव अ केपेक्स ऑफ अराउंड if I'm not wrong around 70 crores coming live with this within this FY, and around another 70 crores planned for FY27. यहीं पे गलती है, this is what looks a little odd when the demand is so strong, when the LNG shift is very nice. I mean it's a good tailwind for you guys. The capex guidance looks very bleak, it's very less, right? 70 crores FY25 में ही they are done around 120 or 130 crores. So abhi 70 crores this year and 70 crores next year seems a little low. Okay, cool. Now we talked about what is the past things happening till now. Now let's go to the future, like, because market is obviously a future looking engine. So abhi kya guidance de rahe hai? So coming to the revenue guidance, अभी तक if you see for the until Q3 FY26 कुछ 1300 करोड़ का रेवेन्यू बनेगा अप्रॉक्स मैंने लिया है। दे हैड गाइडेड फॉर सॉरी ये तो लास्ट ईयर का है, अभी तक इफ यू सी दे हैव डन सम 1130 करोड़ ऑफ रेवेन्यू। दे हैड गाइडेड फॉर 900 करोड़ ऑफ रेवेन्यू इन द H2 विद और Q3 में कुछ 430 करोड़ उन्होंने बनाया, और एंड ऑल्सो सेड दैट Q3 के कॉन कॉल में 470 का करोड़ का गाइडेंस मेंटेन रहेगा। बट अभी देखना ये पड़ेगा कि Q4 में विद ऑल द स्ट्रेट एंड ऑल द ट्रम्प खेल हैपनिंग, देखना पड़ेगा कि 470 करोड़ वो कर पाते हैं कि नहीं। If they do 470 crores, they will reach 1500 crore का revenue target, which is again a good sign, which is around a growth of if we do 15 by 13, which is around 15-20% का growth, almost 15% का growth, not 20%, 15%. Now coming to the future guidance, they say that they can grow around 18 to 20% in FY27. Let's take the upper bandwidth, okay, upper bandwidth of 20%. So and also giving them a cushion of them achieving 470 crores of revenue in Q4 with both of the positive signs. The revenue they can be achieving in FY27 will be 1800 crores. So 1800 crores के EBITDA कुछ इनका EBITDA levels let's say 22% आएगा और PAT levels let's say 14% आएगा, ठीक है। I'm taking the average of their guidance on the lower side little, because obviously margins will be a little very weak because of the all the supply chain issues, right? Okay, so कितना पैट करेंगे, दे विल डू अ पैट ऑफ अराउंड 250 करोड़। अभी का मार्केट कैप इफ़ यू चेक कितना है अभी का मार्केट कैप, अभी का मार्केट कैप इज समथिंग अराउंड 11,486 करोड़, राइट? So with the current market cap it's a bet of so अगले साल 250 करोड़ करेंगे, अभी का मार्केट कैप अराउंड 11,800 करोड़ है, तो ये होता है कुछ 47 का फॉरवर्ड पी, 47 का फॉरवर्ड पी फॉर अ 20% ग्रोथ इंजन विच गिव्स अ पेग, एक सेकेंड यार, विच गिव्स अ पेग रेशियो ऑफ कुछ 2, which is, I mean, I don't think it is very I don't think it is very reasonable to give this kind of a valuation for this. So ठीक है, बिजनेस तो ठीक ठाक ही है, 20% का ग्रोथ इंजन है, बट वैल्यूएशन में थोड़ा कंसर्न है कि दिस इज़ व्हाट पिंचेस द होल डील, राइट? अभी कुछ ये 10 पी पे मिलता तो ठीक है, ले सकते थे, बट दिस बीइंग एट 40-50 पी डज नॉट मेक अ वेरी गुड सेंस टू आई मीन इट्स नॉट अ वेरी आइडियल डील। या ठीक है, दैट्स इट फॉर दिस वीडियो, थैंक्स फॉर वॉचिंग, बाय बाय।